there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, a good matchup in the NFC. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. And off we go from the Windy City. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
That one good for 26 yards.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
He'll get that complete to Emeka Egbuka. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one, a gain of 18.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
It is 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cade Otton that time around. Now it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And now it's 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Oh, get this downfield to Smite. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Off play action. Here's Williams. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
What can they do here on third down and 7? Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. And now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
On fourth down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Cameron Johnson deep for Tampa Bay. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's first and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he's gonna be marked down up around the 33. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It is a big play for the Buccaneers. 36 yards.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Bucs have the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football. They need to get to the 22, but now face third down as we are ready to get back underway. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready for their second possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the option, it's Swift, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Christian Izien there to bring him down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And he'll get past the marker, so he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It is 3rd and long. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They send Evans in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That's over the middle and caught by Ibuka. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Here comes 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's Mayfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Bears offense going to get it one final time in this first half. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, they've punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Now it's 2nd and 1. One final throw before the break. He'll go right back to Loveland. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll put Loveland in motion. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. Yeah! And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Thrown quickly. That's more on the RPO. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Swift. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Bears first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL, and I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game?
And Swift loses the football. And it looked like one of the Bears was able to get in there. He did, so the ball stays with Chicago.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, He tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of it. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. He'll run with Irving. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. To throw is Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
It's Otten in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Right back to Irving. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. That one is caught by Ibuka. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10 now from the 36. On play action, Mayfield. Left side, to Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Irvin. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle this situation. Do they try to slow play this and try to score without giving the ball back? Or do they try to strike as quickly as possible? So first things first, they got to convert this 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he's gonna have the Bears first down. This is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well. Two minutes remain. in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This one is caught right side by Zacchaeus. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Now, 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Forced out wide.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. 4th down and goal. That's going to be caught. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute. And it may just be enough to get them a victory.
What a stand there. 4th and goal. Game on the line. It looks like this offense is putting together a game-winning drive, and the defense comes out with the stop of the day.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. 1 timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. They'll run it. It's Irvin. And the defense signaling safety here. The official says he made it out of the end zone, but not by much.
These situations here, Mike, you can see this defensive line is just chomping at the bit. They can see a safety coming. They don't quite get the safety in this case. They still hold him to no gain. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Irvin. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay. So, a win here for the visiting Bucs. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.